What up, y'all? Smash that comment, smash that subscribe button. Y'all already know how it go. So we're gonna get right into it. So today, I'm gonna tell y'all another story about how we almost went to jail. All right, now this story is gonna base around the first savage dude I ever met. All right, y'all say y'all like NBA YoungBoy. Y'all say that y'all look up to Lil Durk. Well, let me tell y'all about Big Will. Big Willie Schmathams. That's what we'll call him, I guess. Big Willie Schmathams. This dude is the most savage dude I have ever met in my life. And he's just a rich white dude. Like, probably about 5'8", maybe 150 pounds. But that boy got heart, man. And I'm going to tell you, like, we just going to get right to the story. So to give you a breakdown on this dude, when I met him, he was dating the baddest girl at our school, all right? This Italian chick, all right? She used to go party with us or whatever. Fine, all that. So this is when I knew he was a savage. So we would go, this is back, country dude. I'm a country dude. Never really, had bread like that. I didn't even have a license at the time, so I would go to these parties. And he would just, any girl he wanted, he could have her, right? And this girl, Brittany, look, man, it was just a big deal that he was with her, right? Like, she was kind of rich too. So the fact that he was with her, that I had a place I could go to the pool. He put us all on. Like, it was a great thing being around this dude. This dude is like, who is that dude? Moses, that parted the Red Sea? When he would part the Red Sea for people from my neighborhood, Ridge Road, people from my area in the country. He parted the Red Sea for us, right? He would have us going to this dude named Heath's house, partying. So he the one that really opened the gate to us having fun in high school. So just get that out the way. Savage dude, OG. So we ended up going to the beach for senior week. And this is when the story starts. And, I had never really been away far from home, I would say, just with friends. But, I was like, whatever. Me and this other black dude went. And it was lit, man. They had us in a big old hotel, right? Dopest hotel I probably ever been in at the time. And, man, high, like probably on like the 18th floor. I don't know. We was way in the sky, ocean front. It was like that, all right? All that. So then I noticed that when we got there, right, they went to this shop, this smoke shop. And they was like, well, he was buying these like $200, $100 bongs. I'm like, yeah, dang. So at the time, like, I'm never into drugs like that. But this is more so to show you like how like rich is gangster. Like, he would just blow money on things that I didn't even understand, were that important. So he bought them. It was his bong. It looked like a daggone. You ever went to like a water park and seen like when people do the slip and slide and it's like long and circular? Bro, this bong was like as tall as I am. So he was super proud of that thing. So we get to the hotel and they doing their thing. They partying. They took me to my first club, right? They had like bubbles. Somehow like the club had like, it was like a bubble party, I think, or soap. It was like, I don't know, man. It was crazy. Like, it was bubbles coming from the ceiling. So I don't know. I think it was like called Club the After Deck or something. Super lit club. I was like, man, I was in heaven, dog. I really was like, I'm having the time of my life. And he was just like, it was a normal thing. Like, everything we did, he was just like, yeah, well, just cool as hell, dude. So we get back. At some point, we get back to the room one day after doing some crazy shit. We did a bunch of crazy shit at that time. We get back to the room. And this is before we were 21. And he would like always have a cup of drink and always have a cigarette on him. And we're walking past the pool of the hotel and security looks at him and it's like looking at him funny. And this guy, Big Willie, he would always be wearing some tie-dye shirt with some khaki shorts and the Sperry's. You know that combination back in the day, like the I would say the preppy people used to wear? He used to rock that outfit faithfully, bro. With some black shades, smoothest, man, I'm talking about swag. So the cop looked at him and was like, hey, come here. And Willie, this is when I realized Willie was really a savage. The cop said, come here, and Willie told us to get in the elevator. And we closed it in the cop's face. I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, what is going on? So we get up to our room, and I swear it was like the 18th floor. And the cop, I'm guessing, had booked it. I'm talking about like some top flight rent-a-cop shit. Like he booked it all the way up to the floor that we got off on. I don't know how he knew what floor we got off, but he booked it all the way up there, looked at Will and was like, do you have ID for that cigarette? I was like, bruh, the cigarette, you got to be 18. The drink, you got to be 21. I was like, whatever. Never mind. So he asked him for ID for the cigarette, and Will was like, yeah, I got to go get it from my room now. And he was like, oh, I'm going to follow you to your room. So he followed Will to his room, and he saw that 7 foot, 8 foot tall bong, man. He saw that thing, and he literally went to Instacop, bruh. He was like, y'all need to get out of here now. Smash it. You got to smash it. If you don't want to go to jail, you better smash it. So anyway, we in there, and we they smashing all the stuff that the cops told them to smash. And we ended up having to leave the hotel. And I'm talking about, we spent so much money on this hotel. At least from my point of view. We spent so much money on this hotel, bro. Like, it was traumatic to have to leave. And we sitting in the car, and I'm like, oh my God. Like, bro, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? And Will was like, well, we're not just gonna sit here and wait for the cops to come. Will dipped, all right, and we all in his car, and we got our bags in his car, and it's packed up. And he ends up having a connection with this other girl and her mom. So we ended up going to their hotel. They take us in, and essentially, I'm in an even better situation. And I'm just like, oh my God, Will, you saved our life. This girl saved our life. Her mom saved our life. I think her name was Lindsay or something like that. Yes, Lindsay. Man, salute to that girl. But yeah, she saved our life. So after that, Will has even more connections. And mind you, the reason that this is a big deal is because if I was done it by myself, at that point I would be homeless. That's when I started to realize people with money stick together. All right. If a person with money is stranded or in any dire situation, he always got somebody to call. Right. That's why I was always like, how is Will so carefree? And it's like he always has an out no matter what the situation. No matter what the situation. So after we end up, staying at Lindsay's, dope person. Hey, shout out to Lindsay if she watching. Her mom and her saved our lives. So Will has this other connector, it's like paradise. This place called Ocean Lakes. I'm talking about bad girls walking everywhere. It's like a private place. It's ridiculous, bro, how dope this place was. And we go in there, and Will's just not even stressed. Like, Will goes in there and starts hanging with his boys. Crazy time. Anyway, the trip was fine, all that. We get home, and Will ends up going to one of the top universities in my state. And he meets up with a midget, and he ends up being real good friends with this midget. Okay, his name is Whammy or something, or Sammy. I don't know. But Will and him get together and become real tight. Like, I'm talking about like Rob and Big type friendship. Okay. And I'm gonna tell you how savage this dude Willie is. Willie has this crazy idea to go steal, and I'll make sure I got this right. Steal the colonel on the front of the KFC, that like mascot in the front of KFC that's always sitting on that park bench. I don't know what happened, but he just ended up wanting to steal it one day. So him and the midget dude steal the statue in front of KFC, and somehow they get caught, and the police go after him. And the midget and him take off running with the KFC statue, bruh. I'm like, this dude is crazy. This is the most litest dude I have ever met. Like, he is like NBA YoungBoy, Lil Durk, all them mixed in one, King Von. The most savage white dude you will ever see in your life. He is a real life white boy Rick. I'm trying to tell y'all. So he does all that, and I'm just saying, like, just the way he moved, he lives his life. He would always get the finest girls and just straight leave them when he just felt like dipping on them. Just straight break their hearts. The last thing I heard about him was he was with a girl that we grew up with, and another friend of mine, I guess, got with her. He's like this 6'4" black dude, a real athletic dude. And everybody was like, Will, what you gonna do, man? He took your girl, what you gonna do? And Will, I knew how Will was. Will shows up in a tie-dye shirt and black shades and did not care at all. I'm like, oh my God. I would say that that was the Chronicles of Willie. One of the best dudes I pretty much ever met, man. Like, if he saw people crying over girls,
stay the fuck away from her.
Dude, I got some whole girl with you.
Exactly. So what the fuck you talking to her for?
laughing over girls. He was one of the first people that told me, like, hey, man, you missed one, next 15, one coming. He used to say stuff like that. He used to say stuff like, hey, girl turn 18 every year, man. Girls turn 18 every year. Don't even worry about it. He ain't never stressed over no girl. I mean, he is an OG. So, y'all, make sure you follow his page. I'm going to drop it down in the comments. All right. I'm going to drop it down in the description probably, too. But we're going to get up out of here. This is the Coach Parney Podcast, and I'm out of here. Peace.